LGBTQ movies, there seems to be kind of a wave of them coming out. There's like, even with this movie and Boy Erased coming out, the kind of subject, you know, I feel like everyone says, oh, it's time for it now, but do you think that they're going to continue on this or there's going to increase? Where do you see it in the next 10 years?
Good stories do good business, the end. If you make a film and it's a good film and a story that should be told and one I haven't seen before, then it will do good business. It has nothing to do with gay, straight, white, black. It is about time, but I also think that's because trust was never put into these queer stories, and Hollywood didn't want to take a risk. This film was made outside of the studio system and was put together on an incredibly low budget, and we're proving ourselves to be deserving of our seat at the table. But yeah, it has to do with content and quality.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of this kind of, hey, these movies don't sell, like a lot of that excuse that's kind of regurgitated all the time. Is it frustrating when, I mean, did you even try and approach a studio to make this, or you're just like, I'm going to do it on my own because I know they say no?
I did pitch it to some studios, but I never really thought that would happen. Everything I've done in my life has been outside the norm, and I like that about my weird life. You know, where else, you know, do you hear of, I mean, even coming out of the closet, I'd never met a gay Iranian, let alone a female one, let alone, you know, one who wanted to make movies. Like, every step of the way was weird and hard and outside the norm. So why should this be any different?
I saw this at Sundance London, actually, and you said something that, like, when you approached, like, Chloe's agents to do the role, like, you were really looking for something at the time. Like, what was your kind of what was your headspace at the time? Because I know you said you quit a load of projects, like...
Yeah, I pulled out of a bunch of stuff that I was attached to reconfigure who I was and to reconnect with the projects that I will be choosing in the future, and to sit back and listen and read and feel and listen to myself and my heart. And this is the first movie that, you know, the first script that I read that really hit me in a way, in a perspective that I hadn't seen before. When I read it, I felt like I was reading something that was new and fresh. It was fluid and it felt inherently comfortable to sit in, but it also educated me and it changed my perspective and it made me feel a certain way. And a nostalgia was hit, but also it felt fresh. And that was something that I just never really come across before. And after talking to Desi, it was very apparent that this was Desi's lens, and this is who she is. And that was just an opportunity to make a movie with her and to depict this story, which I wasn't going to pass up on.
Do you feel more comfortable with a female director and female kind of producers around?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just the idea that none of us had to fight to be heard. None of us had to fight to prove our worth on set. It was just show up, do your job, do it well, and that's all.
Has there been much backlash? Obviously, because a lot of religious groups might be kind of like annoyed with this sort of film.
Yeah, none that I've heard of.
None that I've heard of either. Actually, I've had a lot of Christians come to us and say that it's really beautiful that we don't bash religion.
And that they're not the butt of a joke in
Yeah.
the film, that it's a real sensitive portrayal of Christianity done with love.